topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV, where we bring you educational information from top local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Now sit back and listen to experts in family law, association law, hearing loss, business brokers, home care, along with many other topics. Now here are your hosts, Steve-O and Sophia.
Good morning, Florida. Welcome to another Ask the Expert show, where we bring you the finest experts in the field of health, legal, financial, and home improvement. This is our second show here. Is a very special show to me. And the reason why is I have sleep apnea. And when you have sleep apnea, snoring becomes part of your life. It's very embarrassing. It not good on the relationships, and it's really, really bad for your health. And I've been on a CPAP machine for probably 4 years, and God brought in one of the finest. I can't say she's a specialist in sleep apnea because she actually found this through one of her patients, through her techniques. And she wasn't even sharing it at the time. So first of all, let me welcome my friend, somebody who's really, really helped me, Janet Bennett. Good morning, Janet.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
I love when you're on, because if we can just reach one person each show,
right,
I am a happy camper, though we hope we can reach a lot of people.
right.
Janet, I think your story of how you discovered new techniques when it came to snoring is amazing, and I always ask you to relay that story. And since we are covering all of Florida today, it couldn't come at a better time.
Great.
Tell people how your background and how you found your techniques.
Okay.
With snoring.
Right. Well, I'm a speech pathologist, have been for many, many years, and I was treating 14-year-old football player. This was in 2003. I was treating a 14-year-old football player for a tongue thrust. A tongue thrust occurs when you swallow incorrectly and your tongue either pushes the back of your teeth or comes out whenever you swallow. You've seen some people with buck teeth or an open bite. Those people probably have that because they thrust their tongue when they swallow. So I have a 7-week program of tongue exercises that I use to treat tongue thrust. And I've been treating tongue thrust since 1994. So that goes way back. But anyway, so this guy was named Adam. He came to see me for his 3rd lesson. His mother stuck her head in my door and she said, "Janet, what are you doing to Adam?" And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" And she said, "Well, he's always been the loudest snorer in the world. And now, and he used to rattle our windows, but now he's not making a sound. What's going on?" So I looked at Adam and he said, "It's true." He said, I'm doing better in school. I can concentrate better and I run faster. And so I knew nothing about snoring. That didn't seem important to me at the time. But I knew that if something makes someone run faster, that could be very helpful. And so I got excited, and after our meeting, I researched on the computer. I just knew that I was going to find that tongue exercises were used to stop snoring. No, that's not what I found. I found that they wanted to cut off your uvula, part of it, or they wanted to break your jaw and pull it forward to open your airway, or sell you a $6,000 retainer, or put on a CPAP machine, Darth Vader CPAP machine. And the thing is, all of that could be well and good, but when I researched deeper, I found that none of these things really worked. So that was interesting. And back then, only 4% of the people who had been prescribed a CPAP used it. The other 96% had it hiding in their closet. And so those people are lost people. They're not going to go back to their sleep doctor. But anyway, so I got excited and I searched for a lot of people who wanted to stop snoring and who wanted to be my guinea pigs so that I could produce the perfect exercise program that would be easy to follow, because I realized quickly I could not save the world by myself. So I found 86 people all over the United States, and they did my program. Back then we didn't have Zoom, so we emailed and talked on the phone each week about the exercises. And when all was said and done, 94% of those 86 people stopped snoring. Now,
Amazing.
that's a huge number, and you won't find that anywhere still today. And that was back in 2003. So I was really excited then. So I have made that program available online, and it's super easy. So I want to explain what it's all about first. So snoring, what is snoring? So snoring is when you lay down to sleep, your tongue gets relaxed, everything's relaxed, and your tongue, a lot of people have a tongue that's way too wide. So it's going to start spreading out because it's relaxing. And if your lips are not open yet, as the tongue spreads out, it's going to slowly push your lips open. All right. You don't know about it. You are sleeping, but you're now breathing through your mouth. Your tongue, because of gravity, is starting to go closer to your airway, and it might partially obstruct your airway enough so that when the air comes in and out of your mouth, it can make that snoring noise. And you probably won't notice it, but if you have a bed partner, that bed partner notices it. And there are probably lots of fights about that. I heard that, or read somewhere, that snoring could be the second biggest reason for divorce, as much as the first reason. But anyway, so if that person continues to snore for years, the snoring will get louder, and it'll be so that the mouth opens more and more, and soon the whole tongue is down in the airway, blocking it, so that the person goes, and their bed partner is going, wake up, wake up, wake up, because that's when they've stopped breathing, literally stopped breathing. And right then, that's when it starts hurting your heart. So you don't want snoring to advance to sleep apnea. Okay. Sleep apnea doesn't come first. Snoring comes first, and then sleep apnea. So if you're just a snorer, we want to fix that now before it gets any worse. If you have stopped breathing while you're sleeping and you have not been to see anyone about it, you go now to see your sleep doctor. And if you don't like any recommendations that they have, you can always check out my program. Okay, so in order to fix all these problems, we have to look at everything that's involved. Whenever if you're breathing through your mouth, you are getting dirty, cold air in your body. If you're breathing through your nose, you're getting clean, warm air. And that's what you need to be doing. Our body makes a gas called nitric oxide. It is produced in the sinus area. It regulates just about everything in our body. It touches all the organs. It helps with the oxygen and the blood flow and all that good stuff. Google it though, nitric oxide. And it's very important that we get into a REM sleep. And if you are breathing through your mouth, you cannot get into REM, R-E-M, REM sleep. And most of you know what that is. That's that deep sleep that really makes you feel better when you wake up in the morning. So that means that all you snorers out there, and I know you're mouth breathing because you can't snore without mouth breathing, except some have some kind of a nasal snore, but not that many. So, whenever you snore, you now know that you cannot get into REM sleep. And that's why in the mornings you wake up tired, you wake up with a dry mouth, you wake up maybe with a sore throat and a headache that go away pretty quickly. You are going to be sleepy during the daytime, probably around 1:30, and you might take a nap. Some people take a nap every day, even if it's just a 15-minute nap. It's a power nap, which is good. If they need it, they need to take it. You also might be a restless sleeper. When you wake up in the morning, all your sheets are very messy. And I'm telling you these things because most of us would never associate messy sheets with mouth breathing. Okay. It all has to do with the dirty, cold air going in your body. Some other things are um, GERD. GERD has something to do with that. These are medical issues, and I can't say that my program can help medical issues, but what I can say is if you are a mouth breather, you will experience some changes in some of these medical issues that you have because you're now nasal breathing. If you have a nasal blockage right now, go to your ear, nose, and throat doctor or otolaryngologist and make them fix your nose so that you can breathe. And then you can do my exercises. You can't do my program if you can't breathe through your nose, because what my program does is it teaches you to breathe through your nose, and it trains your tongue. Remember I told you how your tongue gets relaxed and it slides back and blocks part of your airway? Well, this program will train your tongue to live on the roof of your mouth. Many of you watching and listening right now, stop right now and think, where is my tongue? Is it laying on the bottom? Is it pushing the back of your teeth? Is it up on the roof of your mouth? Probably not if you're a snorer. So that's a huge thing. Whenever your tongue is up on the roof of your mouth, you cannot breathe through your mouth. You cannot breathe through your mouth. It blocks it, so it really kind of forces you to nasal breathe too. Okay. Another thing that's very common, I want to give you some more symptoms. Another thing that's very common is people say, it feels like something's stuck right here in my throat. And they go to the doctor, and the doctor sticks that thing down their nose and looks at their vocal cords and all around, and he doesn't see anything. He or she doesn't see anything. And so they probably send the person on their way with the diagnosis of hoarseness. And hopefully they'll send that person to me or a speech therapist who's trained in tongue thrust treatment. And I find that what's happened is whenever they swallow, their tongue doesn't start in the right position. This can get complicated with all the things involved, and that's why I want to educate everyone. Swallowing, breathing, sleeping, they all go together. So if we treat your snoring, we're going to treat everything else too at the same time. That's the great thing. But what happens is, let's say that you eat something and you're not swallowing correctly, and so you have a weak swallow. And whenever you swallow your food, it's not strong enough to push the food down as hard and fast as it needs to go down. And therefore, some little crumb may get stuck right here in your throat, literally. And you gag or drink a lot of water to get rid of it, and you get rid of it. But your doctor, when you go to your doctor, they don't have a clue. They don't know it has to do with swallowing. Here again, something in
right.
your throat has to do with swallowing. Okay, they don't know that part. So they've given it a name. It's called globus sensation, which it used to be, I don't think too long ago, they used to send these people to psychiatrists because the doctor couldn't find anything wrong. But now we know, and y'all have to help me spread the word. Now we know, and a lot of people have this problem. Okay, so my program, whenever you start, you get some exercises to do. I have 7 lessons, and each week you will do exercises. This is all online, or I can treat some people personally. But online, you will get all of the lessons. So, lesson 1, you will learn 3 exercises. And I'm going to teach you one of the exercises right now because it will send you on your way to stop mouth breathing. Mouth breathing is huge. And if you can just get that one thing under control, you'll feel like a different person. Okay. So, I want you all to say the word door. Now, you've never had to think about this before, but when you say the when you say the D sound, your tongue is hitting something in your mouth, either the back of your teeth, the roof of your mouth. It's hitting something, and I want you to identify where it's hitting in your mouth. So say door out loud. Duh, duh. Your tongue should hit the spot right behind your upper teeth. There's a smooth space right behind your teeth. And then if you go a little farther back, there's some ridges, and it's called the alveolar ridge. You don't want to go back that far. So come back to the smooth space right behind your teeth. That is the magic spot. You've probably heard of that. So I want you to know where that is. If you ever forget, say the word door again, and your tongue should hit on that spot. So this is your first exercise. After this show, you are going to put your tongue tip on that spot and maybe the first third of your tongue so it's comfortable. Don't force your tongue up, just comfortable. Close your teeth, close your lips. You may never have tried to breathe through your nose. You may panic. You may feel like you can't get enough air, but you can. Just breathe slowly and deeply. Now, after a few seconds, if you are panicking, open your mouth a little and get some air in, and then close it back. You are going to gradually train yourself to breathe through your nose. Now, while your mouth is closed and your tongue is on the spot, your saliva will build up. If you do not swallow that saliva, it will start dribbling out of your mouth. Okay? I get a lot of people who complain of drooling. And this is what happens. The saliva builds up, and usually their tongue is living on the bottom, and it's a lot of trouble to try to figure out what to do with the tongue to get rid of the saliva. And they open their mouth to talk or eat or bend over, and they drool. So there's an easy fix, and that is keep your lips closed. And so you are going to sit there with this exercise, tongue on the spot, lips closed for 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. And every time that you have to swallow your saliva, your tongue tip probably wants to slide forward to your teeth. So you have to push really hard against the spot with your tongue tip. You are in control. Do not let it slide forward, and you will be successful. And now your brain is saying, okay, I get it. So we've got to repeat this to make a new habit. So you'll do that for 5 minutes 2 times a day. If you mess up and do it longer or more times, that's super. Okay. You will hopefully start seeing a change in the way you're breathing and sleeping just with that one exercise. But each week you get some different exercises to do. The great thing about this home program is that you can go to a website and you can click on lesson 1 and you can see me teaching an adult male how to do each exercise. So you will not be left alone thinking, am I doing this right? I just don't know. Okay. And then whenever it's time to exercise, which you have to do twice a day, you can go to another website and I'll be sitting at my desk waiting for you to come in and do your exercises. I will do them with you. I will time it. I will count them. You don't have to do anything but copy me. Now, guys, it can't get any easier than this. Okay. And it really works. After 7 weeks, I've got a couple of minutes. I want to try to show you a couple of pictures right quick. The other big thing I'm about to forget is that big tongue, okay? A lot of people have a big tongue, and so I have invented a special stick, and I call it the tongue stick, which makes sense. And this tongue stick is used to stimulate certain muscles in your tongue that will, that's right, have stick will sleep.
Right
Okay,
next
so
to me all
this,
the time.
that's right, good. So this tongue stick will make your tongue skinnier. And I know that sounds crazy. Let me see if I can show you a picture. Let's see. Can you see this picture?
Yes.
Okay. So this is May 1 to May 20. This happened in 20 days. You see
Wow.
um how wide she has to open her mouth there, but not
Yeah.
okay. Um it's a I can't work this thing backwards. It's a
No,
huge
we see it. I mean, I can see
okay.
the
But
difference. There's a gap
absolutely.
actually on both sides of the tongue.
That's right. Let me see if I can show you this one. Can you see this one? This one at the
Yes.
top has a fissure down the middle of it, or right in the middle. And a month later, same thing. There's no fissure down here. And look how toned her tongue is. And see her mouth has to open real wide up there to get all of her tongue out, but not down here.
And I was always biting my tongue
Biting the sides of
until
your
I
tongue.
met, yeah, because my
And
tongue was too big for my mouth.
And Steve, one day you weren't biting your tongue anymore, so you and I knew
I don't
that
bite
you were
my
doing
tongue.
your
I haven't,
exercises.
yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
bitten my tongue in at least 3 weeks, at least.
fantastic.
And there's
Okay, I
only
want to
one
show
thing that would have helped.
right. I want to show you another picture of, other things mouth breathing does, especially, well, to everybody, children and adults. If you're a mouth breather as a child and you don't get it fixed, you grow up and you're an adult mouth breather. There's no way around that. Now, as
Right.
this is a child who is a mouth breather. You see people a lot who look sickly, right? See, that
Yeah.
upper
And you
lip
can
is
see the
short.
gap.
His upper lip has never had to meet his bottom lip because he can't breathe through his mouth. I mean, he doesn't breathe through his mouth there. But look, this was after 6 months,
Wow.
January to June.
Wow.
And isn't that a nice difference?
That's amazing.
See, it makes his lips merry, we say, and so that spreads out across the face, and he looks totally normal, healthy. Okay, that can happen when you learn to close your mouth. I have one more quick picture. This is a precious 4-year-old girl who had spaces in all of her teeth right there. You see, they're very cute,
Mhm.
and it's tempting to not want to fix them, right? And they are her baby teeth. Okay, so they would come out, and she'd get permanent teeth. But that tells us when she swallows, her tongue squishes out between all those spaces. And it could be that when her permanent teeth start coming in, the same thing will happen unless we teach her how to swallow differently. Now, I've been told that my exercises help align the cranial bones. Look at the difference. You see how lined up her teeth are?
Amazing.
It
Amazing.
really
Yes.
is. It really is. And that was from December to February, about 3 months. And this happened because she had such a wonderful supportive parent. But anyway, so all of these things are available at correctmytonguethrust.com, or I have another website specifically for snoring, but same exercises. That's important. And it's ijustwanttosleep.com. You can remember that because you probably in mid-afternoon, you're like, I just want to sleep. So that's it. You go there. And my number is 828-285-8814. So can you think of some questions, Steve?
Well, we've only got a few minutes, but I want
Oh,
to say that I've been on Janet's program now for about a month. And I got to tell you, I know for a fact my tongue is smaller now. I have not bitten my tongue. And the second thing is, I had a BiPAP machine, and I haven't used it in about a week and a half. And when you snore, the snores wake you up. And I'm sleeping through the night. And that means in the morning, I am more refreshed. I would sometimes fall asleep and I was driving a car. And I thought, I'm going to have to stop driving a
Yeah.
car. But
Mhm.
I know everybody's body is different, but mine basically took about 2 weeks. And Janet's not telling you not to use your CPAP machine. I chose that on my own.
That's right.
And if you've ever slept with a CPAP machine, it is the worst. That is not how God meant us to sleep. And I haven't turned my BiPAP machine on for about 2 weeks now.
Great. I'm proud
It is
of you.
amazing. It works. You've only got a minute left. Give Janet a call, 828-285-8814.
Let me throw this in.
Eight,
Hold on. I'm sorry.
okay.
There is a 60-day money-back guarantee. If it doesn't work for you, but you've got to try it, then we'll give you your money back. But that rarely happens. Also, keep in mind, if you have family members who snore, they can use the same program. It can be
Absolutely.
a family affair. Do your exercises together.
We got to get out of here, Janet. Thank you so
Okay.
much. And
Thank
we'll
you.
see you again next week with more Ask the Experts. Have a good week,
Okay.
everybody.
Thank
God bless.
you.
Thanks for tuning in today to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV. Tune in next week and every week to hear more from our experts on personal injury, insurance, air condition repairs, estate planning, Medicare, and many other topics in the areas of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. See you next week.